Hi, I'm David Freeman.
And I'm Linda Freeman. And we met in 1975 when we were 12 years old.
We met at Magnolia Methodist Church in Detroit. And our first date, that was Star Wars, wasn't it?
Yeah, my mom dropped us off.
And we had to take our siblings with us. So your sister came and
She was 9.
and my brother came and he was 6.
That's how we met. And I'll tell you what, for him, it was love at first sight. And we got married in 1985, the summer of 1985.
So we have 2 children. My oldest is Zach, and he's married to Daniela, and they have 2 kids, Noah and Mia. Also have our daughter, Vanessa, who just finished medical school, and she served the U.S. Army, and she's married to Brian. So since we're in a relationship series, we've been asked to consider what we think when we hear the words love and respect. And for me, all men want respect. But I also understand that also all women want respect as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so love and respect go hand in hand.
Now, when I think of the words love and respect, I think about verbs, action verbs, that men think automatically out the gate they deserve and should receive respect.
Respect.
But I want you to know that respect is a verb. It's something that you have to decide to give. You decide to give love. You decide to give respect. It's an act of your will.
From my perspective of all these years of marriage, I've learned
37 years of marriage.
Yes, dear.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to smile more and talk less.
Smile more and talk less. No,
This
you
is
didn't know right away. His family, communication was more aggressive, more in your face. And in my family, that's not how we communicated. So we had to develop our own communication style in our marriage. And at our house, wherever we lived, we had a space that if the conversation was going in a heated direction, or we just really didn't agree, or frankly, we were getting on each other's nerves, we would go to our own timeout corner. We'd have to put that conversation to the side and say, okay, today is not the day for us to have that conversation.
And we will agree to disagree.
We'll agree to disagree in a respectful, loving way, an act of our will to say, we choose to pause before we have more conversation.
Another thing that we had to consider was listening. Check your ego, put it aside, and just listen to your partner. And then act upon it.
And I think listening without judgment is important too.
Oh, yes.
So that as a person is talking, you're listening, but you're not forming a response.
So the next question that we had to consider was, what is the most difficult challenge that you could face in a marriage? Well,
No, I think it was a difficult challenge we faced in a marriage.
and for me, it's getting up every day, and this might sound a little morbid, but getting up every day and taking up your cross.
What cross?
I'm not saying that you're a cross to bear, dear,
Uh-huh.
but to get up daily and say, no matter what the world says, no matter how the world is telling me or telling us we should live, we're going to live as God told us to live.
The best part about being married for me is that we've had the opportunity and we've been blessed with 2 children. And how we've lived our life as a married couple has most definitely impacted them in every way. Every day choosing love and respect, we taught them to every day choose love and respect of whoever they find themselves around, whether it's their classmates, their teachers, their co-workers. When I gave birth to both Zachary and Vanessa, I realized that God had put in our hands a little seed, and everything that they were going to become, how God had created them, was right there in that little seed. And in this seed is a person who God created for a purpose. I am just the steward of the seed. Someday we will not be with you. God will be with you. Jesus will be with you. The Holy Spirit will be with you, but we won't be here. And we want you to remember this.
Yeah, one of the things that when we first got married, I had to learn how to argue fairly, effectively. And it's like a marital art. I only knew one way to interact, which was yell louder until you think you're heard. And so over time, I had to bring it down and actually earn the right to be heard and respected in how I was communicating, so that by the time we had children, that we would not fight in front of them. And even in private, we would not fight and yell at each other.
Have you heard that at the end of this month, we're all going to have the opportunity, those that are married, to renew your vows right here at Trinity Church at the end of February? And I think that's a fantastic idea.
And the reason I think it's a great idea is because when you got married, we didn't even realize, or at least I didn't,
You didn't.
that it was a contract. Establishment of an institution.
Right.
And that it was basically a corporation, the corporation Freeman.
Mhm.
She was the CFO, COO. I'm the CEO. The ultimate CEO is God.
Right. That's right.
And
That's
we
right.
had a covenant with God. And so the renewing of vows, it's not like you're gonna renew it, because it's ongoing. It has never stopped. But I like to consider it as review. Remember.
And say it out loud. And say it out loud again.
And remember why you got married in the first place. Well, this is an opportunity to look and say, all right, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health.
And we've done all those things.
How are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
How are we doing now?
Mm-hmm.
How can we do better?
Right.
What have we done that was good? What have we done that's not so good? What can we do to improve from this day forward?